Our
Yeah.
hair is great today. We look fab. I'm wearing my strawberry earrings,
Oh,
which,
strawberry.
yeah,
Trying to
I
call
love
in
strawberries.
spring. Spring needs to spring.
Yeah.
Sprung. Be sprang.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So can I gush for a second?
Please do. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
We are about to see each other in T minus 2 weeks. I'm just saying, 2 week
I know.
countdown until I see you in person.
I know.
And I'm so excited. And so I wanna mention that countdown. I also wanna mention T minus, week 17 of me having reaching out to Gavin Rosdale, "Come on our podcast, talk about your then when." Just saying, call me.
How many
I
weeks
know,
have
what
we
is
been
this,
doing
like,
this? You're just
episode 5? I'm just saying, okay? I'm
we don't
putting
even know which
you know
episode this
what?
is going to be.
Serena, I am putting good things out there because I know good things will come back to me.
I feel you, sister. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So,
is that is how I've been living recently, and it has been showing up for me in so many fun ways. I can't wait to get into this because today we're gonna talk about community.
well, yes, and
Mhm,
community, how we engage with it and our whole universe around us, right?
mhm.
And what that is actually inviting to return.
Mm, I
Mm.
love it.
All right. So, with
Right?
that,
Finger
how's
snaps.
about we get started? Huh?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right, Mary.
Let's do it, Serena.
Okay, right back at it. Welcome, everyone, to the Zen One podcast. So, we're
Whoop,
happy to have
whoop.
you.
We're
Do we
happy
just
to
like us
have
and we're
you.
like, mm-mm. So
Yeah, get it
we're
out
gonna have a
there.
dance party, or we're getting ready to have a dance party.
My
We'll,
goodness. I
we'll
went
keep
to
the
a
dance
dance
party going.
party last night in Brooklyn, one of
Tell me
those
about it.
intentional dance parties. Oh, dude,
Okay,
it was
explain
great.
intentional dance party because I feel like when you go to a dance party, you're like intending to dance. But what
Yeah,
is
I
this one?
guess, true.
What does this mean?
Okay, so this is just me describing it and my perspective of having been someone that's attended some of these events.
Mhm.
It is a space that is free of phones, free of drinks on the dance floor, and love and respect for all.
Ooh.
And so it really takes you into this moment that you're in with the people around you. And the DJs are trained kind of through to really bring you through an experience, right? So you kind of all start off really slow and just breathing and closing your eyes. And then, like, as you're setting your intentions and as you're feeling your body in the space, then the music increases and you just end up doing whatever you want, however that shows up for you
Ooh.
in that moment, in that space. And oh my gosh, last night it was at a different location and the, like, laser light show, that accompanied this thing was incredible. I'll
Is
post
this
some of
what
those
rave
pictures on social media. Oh my gosh,
oh,
so here's the
is
thing.
this what they've evolved into,
I don't know,
essentially?
I've always wanted to go to a rave, but never did.
I have never
Um
either. I think I'm out of all of my siblings, I'm the only one who 1, I love dancing so much, so why have I not ever? But I have
Yeah.
definitely never been to a rave, which makes me sad, so maybe we need to go
Ooh, then
one
when for
time.
us?
There
Let's
we
do
go,
a
guys.
rave. Well,
Alright.
dude, you gotta come to one of these dance parties with me because it could be maybe that's like our version of a rave nowadays. Like, because honestly, people do you would freaking love it because people dress amazing. Everyone that goes there is a fabulous dresser and a fabulous dancer and, they just are able to express themselves however they want, right? So, I don't know, it's just like a really fun connection of, like, people in this community together and, I don't know, just being in that moment, in that space, and then everyone just, like, goes their separate ways, and you've had a really fun time.
I think that's
hopefully,
kinda how
right?
raves go too, right? I don't know, like,
Yes. Okay, next
all
time.
our ravers out there, please weigh in. We love to hear about your well,
Yes.
what you wanna share about your rave experiences because
I know.
you know?
Well,
But,
yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, no, anyways, that kind of stuff is so fun. So yeah, I'm so
So did you go
excited.
by yourself or did you go with some of your friends?
Yeah, I went with some of my friends,
Oh.
and, I have to say this about you. I was talking about you, and I was like, "Serena's the best." She's, like, really adorably little, and so she's like a little pocket best friend that I just, like, keep there tucked away. Or not, like, tucked away, but, like, tucked in the little pocket, and because that's, like, how I see you.
Well, that's
Yeah.
funny because that is the second time today that I have been in referenced as fun-sized or pocket-sized, so I think that is hilarious.
That's
But
so
I'll take it.
great.
I'll take
And
it,
she was
yeah.
surprised. She's like, "Oh, really? She's little?" And I was like, "Yes, she's miniature."
She probably thinks I'm 2 apples tall at this point, like a Smurf. So,
You know what's
what are
funny
you
though?
doing?
Like,
Mhm.
I have considered myself short most of my life, but now sometimes I find myself being the tall friend, which is so funny because it gives me this, like, other perspective, and I joke with my family, I'm like, "Guys, I'm the tall friend around here."
Well, you're hovering over everybody else's head, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
really. Like, when
So
I fix computer problems, I always boast to my family, like, "Guys, I fixed that tech problem," because they know how terrible I am with that.
and I am totally to the point now, like, as typically being the person that family goes to as tech, like, just, support, I go to, "Let me Google that for you," and I put their question in and send it over. I know that's such a passive aggressive way to do it, but I'm also like, "Come on, guys, in this day and age in Google, like,
I
in the
know.
search universe here." So, I'm like I love it, though. There is a sense of purpose and value and love, and really, honestly, I look at it as just an ask for connection.
Yeah,
So,
totally. Like part of
which
your community, maybe they just wanna reach out to you, and
correct.
that's how they do it.
And that's a perfect segue. Like, we don't even plan this, guys. Seriously, this is just how we riff. Like, honestly,
How we
how Mary and
roll.
I just vibe off of each other.
Ooh,
So,
that's a song for the playlist. You see me rolling.
see,
We'll
write
put
these
both
down.
versions, the, real one and the Weird Al one, of
Oh,
course.
and I did see Weird Al in concert at a festival. It was definitely a bucket list, you know. You never think that you were actually gonna go to just a Weird Al concert. So when we
Yeah,
were, like, looking at all the different, like, weighing it out and I know here's tangent, guys. Festivals are great to go and get, like, as much experience and exposure to different bands that, like, you haven't seen in person.
yeah.
And, so all of our friends kinda sit there and go, "Okay, this is where I'm going at this time and this time and this day." And I'm like, I'm camped at Weird Al, and they're like, "Really?" And I was like, "When are you ever gonna see Weird Al again?" Like, you
Yeah.
don't like, some people might be like, you know, they tour with Weird Al, like, they go to every one of his shows, which, hey, do it, man, if that is
Which
your
is what I do
ride.
for Bush. Just saying, Gavin.
That's true.
Give me a
Mhm.
call. No. No, but,
So,
yeah, no, honestly, I'm going to see Weird Al later this year, and I am so psyched about it.
it's a fun show. It is a
Oh, I
fun show.
bet.
It is a
I love a
happy
good
crowds
show.
happy
Oh,
crowds
yeah,
show.
mhm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet. I mean, how could you
Mhm.
not be having a good time at Weird Al? It's, like,
Yeah.
just silly songs.
I'm all about those happy crowds, you know, so,
Yeah.
but
And
yeah.
when do we get a chance to be silly? We have to, like, build in those moments, or at least for me.
Mhm.
I'm not silly enough, I feel like, so I try to channel that sometimes or make space for it intentionally.
Yeah, and I think what I'm going to do, or I think I'm going to challenge myself because I love popping in the pods, hitting the asphalt, and just walking around and all that kind of stuff. And if there's a good jam and something I want to boogie to, I'm like, ooh, I can't do that. I'm in public. I'm like, and like, why does it matter? I always
Yeah,
smile when I see somebody in the car next to me jamming out and really just like in the flow of their music. And
yeah,
I've seen people like skedaddle down the road, you know, listening to their music, and it just makes me happy. So why would I, you know, not do that for myself, I think. And
yeah.
so challenging that and you'll just have to take my word for it. I don't know if there it's gonna be something where I go, here guys, here's me dancing in public, you know, kind of
Oh my
thing down the
gosh,
road.
post a video.
You know what?
We'll have to
Maybe
hack all those Ring cameras and get that
just
footage.
This could be a front or backyard kind
Yeah,
of situation. But yeah. No, hey, no, that's what I was like, I wanna put that out there. I will do it. I will do a little boogie down the street, and I
do
would love
it.
to see everybody else who wants to join me in their own way or capacity, wanna share your videos. We'll do little short reels. We'll
Ooh,
string
we
them all
could
together.
cap cut that or
Oh my
whatever.
god, it'd be so much fun. So yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
you know
that's one of
what?
my, calls out there, guys. Let's
I
do it.
love that call to action. I was doing this in my neighborhood the other day, literally, when I said I was going for a run. So, like, I just run for fun. So when I get tired, I just stop and I just dance to whatever I'm listening to. But that was me in my neighborhood. I was like, I was dancing, I was letting my hands flow, like, because that's what I needed, And did people see me? I don't know. I live in, like, a pretty, enclosed neighborhood, but, like, also, why I don't really care,
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there looking out the window judging my neighbors, and maybe if people are watching me, they're like, "Wow, look at her, like, living her true
How
self in that moment."
free. She
Yeah,
looks so
and
free and
I
happy.
Exactly,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
I totally understand that episode of Friends where, like, Phoebe and Rachel are running together in the park, and Phoebe is, like, running yeah, with their and I totally do that sometimes and channel my inner Phoebe, but, Rachel's so embarrassed, and, it highlights that beautiful idea of, like, who are you living for, right? And how do you wanna be in that moment? Because we can't it's not feasible sometimes to live this all the time, right? We play different roles and have different communities that we're a part of, but when are we accessing those moments? When are we, either intentionally or sporadically doing these things that really feed our soul,
Right.
And community is such a big part of that. I mean, in all of those well-studied, blue zones, community is a big part of their health and longevity,
So let's
and
come back to
it's
Blue Zone because
yeah.
not everybody may know what you're referencing. I know they can search it, but let's just do a quick little tap on what the Blue Zone is referring to.
Yeah. So, I'm talking about the areas that they've researched for health and longevity, and they really looked at their entire life, right? And what that entails. And so, they found that a lot of that was connection to their community was so important. And here really we lose that a lot in this American life that we live, and a lot of people are isolated and we don't live generationally. And that kind of severs our community relationships a little bit. So how do we really build that now, knowing this information? What do we want that to look like?
Yeah, I think when we're looking at that from our familial, I mean, not everybody has a great relationship with their families. So I understand that if you do, you're in a position of privilege and wonderful like connection with your family members. And oh, I wish that for everybody, to be honest. But you're right. Like when we think about how it's totally shifted from like the village aspect of thought
Mhm.
versus, you know, being in these big metropolitan areas or moving away, just how small the world has become with travel and the internet and just things that we take for granted on how we're able to I come back to it, passively subscribe to each other through our social media,
Yeah.
or to take for granted that someone is just a phone call away. Whereas, like, it used to be an obstacle before, it used to be very costly before
Mhm.
to do that. And that is also sitting from a position of privilege, understanding that not everybody has the internet, not everybody has access to, say, unlimited minutes or whatever it is, right? So,
Yeah.
kind of trying to feel it out to go, those people, when you get into this idea that we have where it's this hyper independent kind of approach to life, and I think I guess the US has been a large, a kind of proponent of that, you know and it really is part of our society more and more. That's where you start getting the rifts. You start getting the places where you can't have a conversation. It's just camp 1 and camp 2. It's very isolated even in its own, um, setup. So, when you are, being intentional with how you're contacting the people, whether it be your blood family, your chosen family, you know, it it is very much about how you're interacting with the universe around yourself, how you
Mhm.
are participating in that, not passively. You
Right.
can't just sit and wait for it to happen to you. There are some people who will reach out and go, "Hey, you okay?" Because if you're
Yeah.
outside of your typical MO of, how you are in your behavior. But
Yes.
it is all about how you're engaging. And I know we come back to community. It is something that we will always harp on, we'll always bring up because it is something that we want and continue to develop here,
Right.
with Benwin, even between ourselves. And you have a
Yeah.
great story even recently I
Yeah.
that you shared with me, and it's beautiful. It is really
Aw.
beautiful. And it
It
actually
is.
connects to your run too. Maybe
Oh,
not the same
yeah,
run,
totally.
but
It
yeah.
was the same run, that was a rough day.
Well, go ahead, I mean, that's the thing is that we're celebrating getting through the rough things even when you just didn't feel like you wanted to do it or if you could do it, and
Yeah.
then how it all turned around for you that day.
Right,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I am, like, the kind of person I'm trying to, like, live my authentic self within the life that I have, right, and the roles that I play, and so, I think a lot about, like, my time and what I can do that will fill my cup, so to speak. I have to think of a better analogy one day.
But it
Um,
works. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, it works. Um Anyways, so I love things like letter writing and postcards and note cards and things like that. And so sometimes when I'm trying to do things in the real world and not like, watch TV passively or be on my phone, I try to remember to like write note cards to people. And so sometimes I'll, just write about what I thought about or how they just came in into my life in that moment or whatever.
Mhm.
And so I did this recently for my cousin, and it wasn't like a big deal to me. It was just like checking in, saying, hey, I have like, because people know I like note cards. So, like, my mom made one of my photographs a note card. Isn't she so
Beautiful.
sweet? Yeah.
And full disclosure, I still have one of the note postcards that you've sent me, the Wonder Woman one from
Oh,
way back,
yay.
so thank you, I still have that.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Oh.
Yeah, so, I just like doing it, it's fun. I like sending mail. In college, this is like an aside, but in college, I, used to collect the free postcards around the city that they just randomly had by the bathrooms and stuff like that in places. It was so random, but they were random, and so I just thought they were funny, so my friend and I collected them and we would like send them to each other and then I started sending them to other people. I probably sent one to you and it would
Probably.
be like something so random. But anyways, it's just really fun and joyous. So I just enjoy doing it. And so some time goes by and I don't hear from her, which is like totally normal. And the other day popped into my mind like, "Oh, I wonder if she had received that note card yet." And then I had such a hard day the next day, and a ton of stuff happened, and it was like the tip of the iceberg, and I was like, "I have to do something productive to, like, manage all of this." So I went for a run, and I it was like one of those runs where you were, like, pounding pavement just to get
Mhm.
all of this out of your body, and, it was great, and afterwards, I checked the mail, which I hardly ever do, but I did anyway, and there was a package for me with all of these Lunar New Year stamps on it, and it was Lunar New Year,
Mhm.
and, it was from my cousin who I sent the note card to with a beautiful little note, and this wonderful tea that she sent me because she
Oh.
knows I love tea. And it wasn't about that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But like, I'm sure maybe my note card maybe resonated with her. And then she then returned that kindness to me. And it ended up showing up in a time when I really needed it most, you know? And so it just makes me believe more in, when you put good things out there, good things come back in return, you know?
It's not the reason to necessarily, right? You're not essentially
No, not
trying to
at
go, "Hey,
all.
hey, universe, I'm doing something nice here,"
Right,
like, "Oh, where's mine?" I was like,
right.
"Money,
Give me a
please."
gold star. No, of
So,
course not, but it's
yeah.
just like, I think when you model, not to get nerdy, but like when you model things, people understand and see that that kind of behavior is normal, right? And or more accepted than they thought.
Mhm.
And so then maybe it inspires them to do something similar or whatever. Kind of like our podcast here. Like we wanted to do this episode on community because we really have experienced through this podcast a beautiful sharing of community just from what like Serena and I like we wanted to start this podcast, but also these are just like conversations that we have as friends and as like people that want each other to grow and be better, right? And so us just having these like not silly conversations, but our regular chats here have inspired people to share so many fantastic stories with us about how that perspective or whatever impacted a decision in their life. And that ripple effect is really cool to see and like super inspiring. So thank you guys for that. And, we hope that you continue sharing that kind of stuff with us. And we want to talk to real people about real stuff. Maybe that should be our tagline. Real
We're
people, real
talking to
stuff.
real people about real stuff. Yeah. Hey, no, I'm definitely for it because I think, like you said, and I'm still wrapping my head around this entire concept because it really does start out as something where you and I were like, this could be something that just helps us stay on track, or
Yeah.
or to explore the things or to challenge ourselves to really kind of boost each other, right? It's like because we were
Yeah.
just cracking ourselves up on some of these calls and then we get really deep and profound and we're like, this is good stuff. We tried to record it like on the phone, and we were just like, ah. So, if anything, like you said in I think the first episode, was that this is going to be some kind of time capsule of like what we're experiencing at this time with each other and what we're inspiring in each other.
Yeah.
What's been beautiful is the feedback we've been receiving. Now it's local feedback, but it's still and not anything that we've really gotten to amplify or share yet. And I'm hoping that we change that because I really want people to send in. Send us a video. Send us a video clip of you just talking about something that you're struggling to get started and that you really, really want to get started and just, we can work with that. And if you want to come on, perfect. If you don't
Yeah.
want to come on and you just want us to talk about it, happy to do so too. Like we can
So,
Dear Abby
how
this thing
can
over here.
people so
So,
I okay, if people wanna leave us a voicemail or a text, how can they do that?
oh, well, we actually do have a phone number. It's on I
Yeah.
don't even think it's on the website, but the website will be updated. But, we do have a phone number that we will share, and, you can leave a
I've got
voicemail
our
if you
phone
want
number
to.
here,
Wait,
Serena.
hold on.
Ooh.
This just in. Doot, 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 doot. All right, Mary, what
Yeah.
is it?
Okay, ready? Our phone number, if you wanna leave us a text or a voicemail, is 518-350 when
Ooh.
9436.
Yeah, there you go.
So, give us a
Yeah.
call, give us a shout out. Let us know like what that and I don't know, episode inspired in you. To be honest, like I'm not going to share specific things, but like people have reached out to me even and have just shared things that something we said in an episode inspired them, just like jogged a memory for
Mhm.
them, and how impactful that was in their life. and that's somebody I already know, but I didn't know that, right?
Mhm.
And so here we are making deeper connections with the people that we already know. Like in the episode about my with my brother and Grace, right? Like
Yeah.
I learned new things about my brother who I've known his whole life. So that was really cool too, that we can continue to share new things with the same people.
Yeah, and one of the other things that I got a picture of an application for a passport, and I was like, "Oh, this is
Oh my gosh.
fantastic." And it's like,
Wow.
and I've got a hair appointment right before I go get my passport photo taken. I was like, "This I love,"
Oh,
and it was inspired from our first episode, and I was like, it really does the heart good to hear, because I just feel like
yeah.
there are the things that we're doing, yes, they're doing them for ourselves, but then really hearing it from other people where they're like, this is actually finally just getting me over a hump. It's letting
Right.
me know
Yeah.
that, hey, I can do that stuff. And whether or not they're listening to us in the background while they're like, getting all amped up to do their thing, or they just kind of take it from a snippet that we've thrown out there. I think
Yeah.
that is part of that. That we keep on coming back to is we don't know how we're inspiring other people around us. You know,
Totally.
I I feel that you do have to be an active participant in the world around you. I mean, you don't be hyperactive. You don't have to be like
Sure.
super energy ball all the time, but
Right.
you can see what someone else doing something, like even like I said, like somebody dancing in their car next to me makes me feel joyful, right?
Yeah.
Because and even if I'm in a cruddy
Exactly.
mood for myself, I'm like, I'm glad that they're moved by their music right now, and I might just go and
Yes.
go, okay, I'm going to crank some music and get my outside of my head too. So
Mhm.
it really, really,
Exactly.
truly is important.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's beautiful to come back to your letter, because this is one of the things that when I think I was telling you 2014 was a year that I was like, yeah. One of my goals in 2014 of the 37 things I had listed to do or to
Oh my
accomplish
gosh. That
were
feels heavy just listening to.
uh,
37?
37. Yeah. Well, see,
Yee.
but I was like, hey, I want to put things out there. But it was some of it was like go to a food truck. Like I'd never gone to a food truck. And then I
Cool.
went to a food truck festival and I was like, well, there you go. I got a whole bunch of them done at once. So it's like, don't do it lightly. Just go jump in. But
You and your
one of
festivals.
I do like a festival sometimes, and then I'm like, "Ooh, too people-y." I was like, "Oh, that's too many." So, I was
True.
like, "That's enough." But yeah, it was this one time, one of the items that was on my list was to write 52 letters of gratitude, one for each week. And it was
Oh,
really to sit down and think of the people who are around me. And this was me self-imposing. This wasn't anything else other than going, "1, I want to express gratitude. I want to feel gratitude. I want to acknowledge gratitude."
yeah.
And I wrote a letter to every person. I didn't get 52 of them done, but I did sit
Mm.
down in earnest and write out letters of gratitude. And when you think about it, to you it's a postcard, to me it's a letter, to you
Yeah.
it's just, hey, I was just thinking of you. To me it was like, hey, I'm, both, because you're also expressing your gratitude too. Like the whole
Yeah.
thought process of picking that person. Think about this. When you are driving from one location to another that you're used to driving all the time, how
Mhm.
often do you remember every aspect, every detail of the drive between those 2 points?
Yeah. And how
You
much are
go
we
into
noticing
some
in that moment, right?
Yeah, but sometimes you go
Mhm.
completely in autopilot, right? Like, you're just muscle
Yeah.
memory and almost have an amnesia, right? About, like, you
Right.
blink, you're like, "Oh, how did okay, I'm here,"
How did I get there? Oh
Be
gosh, that used to happen to me a lot, yeah. But
Yeah.
now I gotta be careful to, like, look out for animals, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah, you
really
learn all
focused now.
the rural areas and things. No, but
Yeah.
really, when we're talking about anything that we have, like a routine, anything that
Mhm.
we are just our bodies are on the track, right? We're
Right.
doing the thing, we're doing it over and
Mhm.
over again, which is fine. Some of it's very healthy for us, some of it's
Yeah.
necessary. But think about when you get a detour on your trip home
Mhm.
and you're like, uh-oh, now I have to disrupt my track that I'm on.
Yeah.
Now I have to change what is just baked in at this point. So now
Right.
my brain's going, "Uh-oh, I'm awake. Where do I go with this?"
Yeah.
Same thing. People going to their mailbox and getting their mail is
Mhm.
just another chore. It's just another thing that they have to do today.
Right.
They have to just go and check to see what they're throwing out, who's trying to sell them insurance or roofs or
Right.
windows or,
Right. Or
whatever.
get their vote.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
Or how is it that you get something so special as someone thinking about you in your mail?
Totally.
And that
That's why I
totally
love
disrupts that
sending them,
trust.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Because who wants another bill or advertisement? Like, isn't it nice to know someone is thinking about you in a positive way?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
is so nice. I love
Yeah.
that. So let's encourage that in our community here, right? Like maybe it's a text you send to someone or an email, or maybe it's a postcard or a letter or a cute little doodle. Whatever it is, it's just nice to know that that person thought of you and then put effort into that, because you were important to them.
Yeah.
You
And
are
on
worth it.
Yes, 100%. I agree with that. And I think, one of the things I sometimes struggle with is that I love, like, little notions, right? I am a crow.
Mhm.
I will literally go and find little shiny things, and I will leave them in your little areas. Like, I'm like I just
Yeah.
always think of I so have something for you, and I can't wait to give it to
Oh
you.
my gosh.
It's
Look
so
what's on
minor,
my
it's
desk,
so minor, but it's
Mima.
a Oh,
I
see?
know.
Oh,
The best.
that was a fun day. That
That
really,
was a
really was.
fun trip. We'll
Yeah.
share that story another time. Ooh, a little story teaser.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we have a couple teasers now, so let's keep track of our teasers. But, um, so whenever I think about those little things, I just go, "Uh-oh," like, how much for me, I love llamas, I do. But, right, at this point, I feel like I'm at a saturation point for llama items in my vicinity, alright, and
I
llama
get it.
gifts, and I appreciate the fact that, 1, people see llamas and they think of me and they love it and they send them to
Right.
me, and that's wonderful. I love those. Now I'm okay with, and especially with, like, other people that I have, I'm like, "Okay, I don't need to just completely, send them a whole bunch of stuff that they're going to have to manage later or dust off or something like that." So
Sure.
now I've taken it to taking a picture and sending it to him and going, "I'm thinking of you." And
Yeah.
it's a different thing. It's just still very much so that it's a very lovely thought that that person has shown up. And
Yeah.
it could be somebody I haven't talked to, like, religiously, I guess,
Right.
in months, and I just go, "I'm always thinking of you. I really am." It's just,
Yeah.
this is going to be just the notion, a little notion to just
Yeah.
essentially send it to you.
I
So,
love that. I do that too. It's like a digital scrapbook of your friendship, you know? Like, I don't know what is socially appropriate with people these days, but I don't mind sending my friends like a snapshot of something that reminds me of them. And like, I love that people associate you with llamas because now whenever they see them, they're like, oh, Serena, I wish her well. I hope she's okay,
yeah. And even
And that's
that,
so
even the
sweet.
thought process, like, even putting out a good thought into the ether, I feel like that somehow gets to me anyway. I feel like
Yeah,
sometimes when I always call myself a little bit of a Pollyanna, like, not, you know, um in the toxic, toxic positivity type of variety.
sure.
It's just that even through some difficult things, even through the most difficult things, that I feel like there is a way. There is a way. There's a way. There are people to reach out to. There are other people who have experienced something similar. There's a reason why you are called to think about those people or ask, for that
Hmm.
help. And it's not to say that I don't have my bad days, because I do, but I also do tend to lean more towards an optimistic, trajectory on things.
Yeah.
I might have a frustrating day, and I
Hmm.
just go, "Okay, I need to take a step back," and that is really what I use as an opportunity to allow myself to step back. And
Yeah.
so that I would welcome for anybody else out there who does struggle with that, and not just going, "Everything's fine," and everything's burning up around them, you know? It's just like,
Yes.
"Hey,
No,
you can have a pause. You are affording yourself that pause."
dude.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
You're
so
totally speaking to me. When I was
mhm.
having that hard day and I went on that run, I was trying to think like, what is stressing me out? Because life is life. It's not like I'm a newbie to this? And it wasn't until I don't know, got that energy out and maybe refocused myself that it came to me what upset me truly out of all of that. And I think it was that pause chance to take a step back and, we like to call it a bird's eye view. Um, and just see, like, check in with yourself. What is going on here? And what is the root of this, feeling that I'm having, or these thoughts or these behaviors that I'm doing? Now I'm getting all nerdy on us, but
I love it
it's
though.
true though. When you can give an example of how that is, I think it helps resonate with other people because that's what we're doing here, and that's why people are resonating so much with our community is that we are, I think, just sharing things that everyone goes through, and so really we're just helping people normalize these things that are just human experiences, you know?
One of the things I struggle, or not, I guess struggle with a little bit, is that my my mind kind of works in this progressive linear thought sometimes. And so when I go, "Oh, I've already banked a certain amount of information or I've learned something new," then I also take it for granted either that I go, "Oh, everybody else must already know this," because there's
Oh,
part of me
yeah.
that's that imposter syndrome that always is like, "Oh, you're so so late to the game on this stuff." And I'm like, "Mm." But so there's a lot of times where I just will bank it and I go, "Okay, now everybody's got that baseline." And
Yeah.
so when I'm working through something, I'm just like, "Oh, well, I don't have anything to offer any different than
Oh,
anybody else would," right?
that hurts because you
Uh,
so do, but you know what? We all think that about ourselves.
yeah.
I do literally the same stuff. You know how much stuff I don't or information and tools I don't post on my work social media stuff because I just sometimes assume everyone knows this. But then the more I share it, the more people are like, "Oh, that's a really good perspective to have." And so I think to myself, "Oh, I should share these things." Meanwhile, I haven't, but let's put that energy into this podcast. But you know what's so funny
We get
about
to
what you
benefit.
just said?
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
thing is that, like, in my perspective of you, you're always in the forefront. Like, you open my eyes to so many different things. So, like, you're never late to the game for me. You just, like, I don't know, you just open my eyes to things I didn't know about, and that's so special. So, and also it highlights how we can have this perspective of ourselves and other people can have a completely different perspective of us, because we are our own worst critics sometimes.
right. But we also have those people that we look up to, right? And so then we're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I aspire to." So if you're always feeling like there's a level of knowledge or access to some kind of emotional stability or, reaction, right?
Mhm.
Then you're always kind of setting your bar in that space. And I would venture to say that I feel similarly towards you, Mary. There have been so many times that you have just expanded my mind on things. Like, you introduced me to things and I'm like, "Oh, I should that's so," then I get hyper fixated and I'm like, I just wanna talk to you about it all the time.
Yeah.
But it is that, like, alchemy essentially that we share in
Yeah,
it, and I
totally.
think that's a beautiful thing, and I love having those experiences with my community, my friends, my family, my people,
Yeah.
and I say my people, but I'm also going like, "Hey, my people" is kind of a pretty broad thing too, because if we're sitting across from each other and we're giving each other our space and time together, then
Yeah.
we're each other's people, you know?
Oh,
It's kind of
totally. Guys, when
so yeah.
I go out with Serena or when I'm in a group of people with Serena, that is exactly her vibe. Like when she's there, anyone around us is our community. Like we'll talk to people next to us, we're not shy. We are always inviting. And you know what, Serena, let me remind you, you have built a community in the past. You've done that before. And honestly, you do that all the time and time again. Whereas like, I mean, we talk about how you're a good connector, but you truly see people and think about like intentionally putting these friends together. And when you do that, I think this friendship becomes like so rich and robust because you've already given so much thought behind that.
Uh, I almost feel like a
Yeah.
gatekeeper for friendships now. I'm like,
No.
"Oh." No, I get it. But that
No,
is
but when you
thank you.
see
I should just
something
say
in
thank you,
someone
but
and it makes you think of someone else, you connect that person. You're not shy to be like, "Oh, this friend is mine. You can't hang out with her," you
Oh,
know?
no, no, no. I think I
No.
early on, like, in my younger days, like, when I was still, like, trying to just, have so much connection. Like, I felt like,
Mm,
oh, I might have felt a little bit more protective of that and been like, "No, you can't." And
yeah,
but one of the beautiful things to me, oh, I love this feeling so much, is when friends my friends hang out with each other and they're off on their own little adventures, and I'm like, and maybe I might have a little FOMO just because I know how much fun you guys are having,
yeah,
but it makes my heart so happy to connect people and then them just vibe. Like, they're just like,
yeah.
yes, like we found our, other people. So there's that my little crow heart is finding the treasures to bring together and put them
Well,
in,
that's so
in
are
one
you
space.
saying a crow is your spirit animal?
I would say that, we have similar tendencies, and maybe one of my goals in life is to befriend one, so I could see how it really, really
Oh
works.
my gosh.
Um,
Are you
but,
the person who's just, like, leaving out shiny things for the crow?
trash.
You're in the
Here's my
neighborhood
hairpin.
crow lady,
I don't
but
have
in a
any
good
crows
way.
here. Like, I have hummingbirds and blue jays
They
and
don't have
robins,
crows
and
where you live?
not in the direct vicinity
Is
of being
that
able
a
to lure them
country thing?
over. I just
Crows?
think
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Wait, now
I
I'm
don't know.
thinking back to all the places I've lived and if there have been crows.
Oh, yeah,
This is
no.
a conversation for another time. What are we doing? We have
Welcome,
gotten
everyone.
off track. The
You are part
crows
of this
have
now.
distracted.
You are being absorbed into the vortex of random random stuff we talk about.
Goodness. We have gotten so far off track,
No
but
way,
I
we're right
think
where
we
we're
were talking
supposed to
about
be.
community. No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
no,
So
and
someone
that's the
out there is
thing.
going, "Yes, that's exactly how I feel," and I'll tell you exactly where
Yeah,
all the crows are because they have Crow Finder. So,
exactly. Oh, I
if
bet
you
that
have Crow Finder,
exists.
hit us up. Hit us up.
Yeah.
We
Oh
wanna
my
talk to you.
gosh.
So,
Sponsored by Crowfinder.
link in the show
Hit us
notes.
up. I don't know. Now I'm not
Uh
sure if we should say that, if that's something else.
I don't know. Well, yeah. Oh boy. Like, yeah, maybe we need to
Anyway,
do some research on that.
no, but really, so like what I would like to help inspire this kind of thing in other people, right? Have you ever found someone that has just like immediately felt like family to you? Like I was just talking to a friend about this yesterday. Like I met this friend just by I looked across the table and I was like, I know I need to meet this person. And then we were instantly connected and familial to one another. And when you meet those kind of people, that stuff is like really special. That's like the special sauce right there.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about you, and I'm sure we said that in the first episode, but like
Mhm.
it's just those people that you instantly connect with. And you know what though is so beautiful is like having people that maybe you find this out about as you continue your journey of friendship
Mm.
together. So I think
Well,
that we should really put more of an emphasis on platonic friendships.
mm,
There's a great book, note in the description or whatever that's called.
in the show
So
notes.
in the show notes.
Yeah.
um, oh gosh, I hate that I can't quote it exactly, but it's about, platonic relationships and like how we have these different relationships with different people. And
Mm,
there's such an emphasis on romantic relationships that I think sometimes our platonic relationships get lost in the
yeah.
sauce there. And so we don't
Or we
put
don't
as
have
much
permission.
care in it. Right.
Mhm.
And it's not like societal or normal in our society, right?
Yeah.
But here we are making it normal.
I'm in love with my friends. I'm going to just tell you that. And it's like, I
Totally.
am in love with my friends. They
Wait,
are
can we
literally
also make it normal to love people and not tie it with romantic stuff? Like, let's normalize that. We
oh,
love people.
I
It's
have a totally
okay.
random but cool, and it actually got me off onto a tangent about the neuroscience behind love in general, which is a book that I'm reading, and I might link in show notes. We'll see how far I get into the book. And it was of all things, and it was from like Valentine's Days past. Like, I can't even tell you which year, you know, but I think it was FTD, which is a flower, uh, online flower shop, whatever, like
Delivery.
1-800
Hit us up for
whatever.
advertisement,
Yeah,
FTD.
it's like, we are not supported, but, hit us up, for sponsorship. But they had a really beautiful I will give it to them, whoever worked this article, did a beautiful job. And I'm not even ashamed to say I would put the link in the show notes, to be honest. I just thought
Do
they
it. I
did a
wanna read it.
gorgeous job of defining different types of love. And it was
Oh, that's
it
nice.
went from platonic, ludonic, romantic, agape, I mean, it was okay, I'm gonna have to share it. It still sticks with me today, so that's
Yeah.
how important or how poignant it turned into it. And so it really has had me going into this entire thought process of what we're doing and how we're defining love, how we share and exhibit love, how we
Mhm.
are either ashamed of doing it or shamed out of doing it, or always
Mhm.
asking for permission to be in that pure state of love. So
Yeah.
I really this is something I feel good about and explore a good bit. So I'm happy to share like little nuggets of it along the way. But I'm glad you
Yeah,
brought that
please
up.
do. It's so
Yeah.
important to normalize,
Yeah.
like we should be putting all of that intentionality that we put in romantic relationships in our other relationships out there.
Right.
So, and that is all what, building community is about, right? It's
Hmm.
that these little moments of like, yeah, you get together and you do big things, but like we're great examples of this. Like we live in different areas that require a plane to get to each other.
Hmm.
And yet, like, we connect all the time now, and before we connected less often, and that's okay too. And also, like, I'll text you something random, usually it's a picture of something heart-shaped because I love finding hearts in nature.
I
Meanwhile,
love
my
that.
egg was a heart shape today, just saying.
I didn't get a
Um,
picture. It didn't
oh,
happen.
sorry. I guess it didn't happen.
No, it's fine. But
But yeah, so how then, I wanna challenge people out there, like, how then are you going to do this today or tomorrow or within the week? Just let somebody you care about know that you're thinking of them. Don't be creepy about it. Have good intentions behind it.
yeah,
Like,
try not to be
don't
creepy
text
about
your
it.
ex something,
No
whatever.
junk dialing, no junk
But
text, no
no,
texting.
keep it good. But no, like put something out there that you feel good about, that feels
Mhm.
authentic to you,
And if
within
you
the community that you're in.
And if you wanna share it with us to put out there, if you want to share a love letter or a letter of gratitude that you want to read or have read, and it can I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you wanna make it anonymous, if you just need that extra push to finally just express that gratitude,
Yeah,
let's go. It's gonna make you feel better, and I really do believe that writing out your feelings really, really helps a good bit to get it out of
yeah,
the tumble dryer of your head and out onto outside of your body for even for you to look at and you to feel
totally.
connected to it. So,
And that there's
yeah.
science and research behind that, by the way, just
Ooh,
saying.
Mary, tell us.
But, no, that's all I'll say about it because that's too boring. But,
Okay.
I'm just saying it's based by evidence, or
Mhm.
backed by evidence. Oh my gosh, blah.
Evidence-based practices.
Evidence-based practices. You took the words right out of my mouth.
But yeah.
No, but dude, that is so important. If you just wanna let us know what you did and you don't want us to share it on the podcast, so be it. I mean, we love great news. We love when people share joyous things with us. So if anything, you're spreading your good news to us. Oh my gosh, I have this beautiful book. I'll have to bring it out at a different time.
Mhm.
I'll totally link that in the show notes.
Alright,
It's
excellent.
it's
We're
the
gonna have a
Book
book
of
club.
Joy. Oh my gosh.
Ah.
No, it's a picture book, The Book of Joy, and it's this beautiful book by the Dalai Lama and, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and it's a visual description of how you send joy out into the world and how that spreads throughout the world. And joy is depicted by rainbows, and you know how much I love rainbows. And so it's just like, it's so visual and it's so wonderful. I'll totally put that in the notes because I totally want to spread that out, that little bit of joy because it's just so lovely. It's wonderful.
Well, you always spread your joy to me, and you are always
Oh,
so generous with it. So I really appreciate it. And this is my little love letter, virtual or visual love letter to you is thank you so much for always showing up and always just being so just abundantly filled with excitement
Oh,
and just of what's next. And that really is just something I so appreciate about you and so grateful that you have brought into my life.
well, thank
So
you.
yeah.
And
Mm.
you bring me so much joy too. I mean, knowing you, just seeing your face all the time is joyful. I love that we switched from, oh my God, look at that gorgeous face.
Shut
I
up.
loved when we switched to like FaceTiming each other. That was so fun to like be able to see your face and not have to like remember what you look like last time I saw you.
That's true. That's true.
And then I can
So,
see all iterations of this beautiful hair you have.
oh yeah.
I always love your hair.
Thanks.
It's gorgeous,
Oh,
darling.
gorgeous.
Well,
Thanks.
that's all the time we have today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, no, but really, true,
That was so
truly.
great. I'm going to
Uh,
practice all my different announcer voices through
there
this
we go. So,
podcast.
but we do have call to actions just to remind everybody. One,
Do it.
do
What
it,
are they
do it,
doing?
do it. What are they doing? They're dancing in public and they're going to send a video and we're going to put all that together if they want to share. Two,
Look,
they're
I'm
going to
dancing on the
share.
internet.
Yeah, they're gonna share a then when that they're having a little trouble getting started, so we
Do
can
it.
help talk them through that. They can video it, send it in. They can send it in just text. That's fine too.
I love
And
workshopping things. I can't
yes,
wait to do
and
that with
we're
people.
given three different things here. All right, guys, and then you write your letter of love or gratitude, and it can be anonymous or it could be pointed. You get
Yeah.
to pick,
Or a
and you tell us whether or not you
text
want to share it or not.
or a wave to a stranger. Like, it's the little joys out there, people. It's waving to the old person in the grocery
Participate,
store.
participate.
Yes,
So,
participate in your community, in your life. All right, guys.
all right,
Thanks for listening.
yeah. All right. Until
Peace.
when?
Be well.
So that's it for today's episode of Then When. Honestly, we could talk about this stuff forever, but we know you've probably got things to do, or at least a very long list of things you're thinking about doing.
It's been a blast, but before we head out, we want to hear from you. We're looking for your then and your when.
Exactly. If you've got a recent win you're proud of, that's your then. Or if there's a back burner dream item you've been putting off, that's your when.
Whether it's a total triumph or help, I'm procrastinating, we want to share your stories on the show.
Seriously, come say hi. You can DM us at thenwhenpod or shoot us an email. We can't wait to hear what you're working on.
Until next time, take care of yourself. We'll catch you on the flip.